Greetings, people. It's your boy once again, Pro X. And we are yet on another episode of Pulling the Trigger. And whenever you see me here, don't come expecting something different. Here we are on Emmanuel Makandiwa's case. And here we shall be talking about Emmanuel Makandiwa. I don't try to divert me to talk about other people. If you want to talk about other people, you are so free to do so. The metaverse has been opened for anyone who has any queries against anyone to say anything. And when it comes to Makandiwa, leave him to me. But you have other people that you don't suggest them to me. No. Go and do the exposure on your own. And the reason for this one is about looking into the issue of Makandiwa having a second wife. This talk has been going on and on and on. And I really feel the need for us to address it. And it has to be addressed on a level whereby, we are not judgmental and we are just being neutral and we're just looking at the facts. And then we balance the narratives that have been sold across the public domains concerning Emmanuel Makandiwa having a second wife and girlfriends. I know when you talk about Emmanuel Makandiwa, the first thing that comes to your mind is holiness, is dignity, is authenticity, is honor. But is he really made up of all those attributes? Or this face that he paints on the public is just to deceive people so that he can get what he wants? Because the easiest thing in Africa is to fool Christians. Christians are the easiest group of the community to fool because their perception of holiness and their perception of a true man of God is all within how the man packages himself. If he marries a decent wife, he's a true man of God. If he talks slowly, he's a true man of God. If he acts humble, he's a true man of God. And if he's a dark in complexion, that's even a plus. What if he's tall? That's a bonus, my friend. He becomes a perfect symbolical stature of a true representation of the Holy Ghost. But is Emmanuel Makandiwa all that? He's so far away from being a true disciple of Christ, Makandiwa. The humility is bought. The integrity does not exist. Everything about Makandiwa is stage managed. The voice, that's not even his. They even bought him a condensed mic so that his voice can be condensed and it can sound like the voice from the above, so that it can be that deep and mesmerizes and hypnotizes the minds of the gullibles. It's all an act. Believe you me, it's all an act. And this you can judge by the fruits. Makandiwa's fruits, they point direct. They expose him without us even saying a word. Makandiwa's fruits are his followers. You'll see them in the comment section. Makandiwa's fruits are the likes of Blessing Mashangwa, who are forever crying, who have been brokenhearted. Makandiwa's fruits are the likes of Reita Zarurwa, the ones who were ribbed financially. And their families were broken. Because Makandiwa had his own personal vendetta. He has his own personal agendas that he wanted to achieve with the wives of the people that he takes out of the marriage. Which brings us to the reason why I'm doing this video, is to evaluate how far true are the allegations that Emmanuel Makandiwa has a second wife and probably has other multiple girlfriends. The entire reason why we did a cleanup campaign of Makandiwa's image was to destroy this narrative of Makandiwa having a second wife and Makandiwa having multiple girlfriends. Of all things, Makandiwa he would do anything to protect his image. He wouldn't want to be associated with women. But does he not engage in extramarital affairs That's the biggest question. The narrative that was sold on the public domain was that people are trying to spread rumors about Makandiwa having a second wife. People are trying to plot against the men of God having multiple girlfriends. What people did not think about is, okay, we hear that people are saying it, but how far true can it be? How far true can it be? Before we look at it as a plot, before we look at it as a rumor or a gossip, they say there is no smoke without fire. There is no smoke without fire. Does Makandiwa have a second wife? It's not our problem. We don't want to judge him. Does he have girlfriends? But the only problem comes when he starts attacking other men of God for loving women, for engaging in promiscuous behavior, for having extramarital affairs, whilst he's also guilty of the same accusations. Makandiwa is also guilty of those accusations and allegations because his own son, Evidence Chari, he said it, that Makandiwa goes out with Donald Mando to see girls, to see his girlfriends. That's what Evidence Chari said. And Evidence Chari also said Makandiwa does have a second wife. Apart from Evidence Chari, the closest son to Emmanuel Makandiwa, his favorite, his closest once used to be former best friend, Uebert Angel. He said it, that Makandiwa has a second wife. And about 5 girlfriends. Was it 5 or 7? I don't remember. About 5 girlfriends. Was Uebert plotting? Or he was just spilling the beans? The Christian community were made to believe that it was a plot. But what if it wasn't a plot? What if it was the truth? If my son today comes and starts telling people that I have a second wife, who are you to deny that there's no way Prof X can have a second wife? He's an honorable man. He's a good man. If my best friend comes today and tell people that I do have a second wife and multiple girlfriends, who the hell are you people to defend me against someone who's close to me, someone who has ate with me, someone who has spent time with me, someone who has been this close to me? Who are you to defend me against those allegations? You were never given the opportunity to analyze the information. You were never given that opportunity. The narrative was just sold to you that this was a plot, but was it? The information is there. The guy has a second wife, but it was sold to you as if it was a plot, but was it? Or it was just the truth? It was just the truth. Makandiwa, my problem with you is when you try to discredit other men of God using that card of sleeping around when you're probably doing the same. You did the same to Apostle Vutabwashi. You set him up with women, with girls. His church now is down and out. That was your... I would do an entire episode about how you brought down Vutabwashi. That was you, Makandiwa. And I have the V11s. I have the information and the proof that directs and points directed to you. You're attacking your best friend, your former best friend, Uebert Angel, for sleeping with his pastor's wives. But the question is, aren't you doing the same? I'm just asking you openly. Why would these people be lying about you having a second wife? And on your issue with Blessing Mashangwa, was it an honest battle of money? Or it's something that its entire background? Because your relationship with Blessing Mashangwa, it has been portrayed to be as if Blessing Mashangwa was trying to plot against you, was trying to tarnish your image. But is it the truth? Your entire history with Blessing Mashangwa has been portrayed as if it's only monetary, it's only financial, that you took each other to court and you fought over the money that you refused to pay back. But is it all that there is? The reason why I'm questioning you about this, Emmanuel Makandiwa, is because we have seen your obsession with this woman called Blessing. There is so much. We've seen you in so many different places with this woman called Blessing. And we've seen you doing a lot of things that helps us to connect the dots between you and this woman, Blessing. Did you want her? Or were you trying your luck on her and it did not go the way that you wanted it or you expected it? Because the anger that you have towards this woman, this can only be a broken-hearted ex. I've never been a broken-hearted ex, but I've seen some. They behave the very way that you behaved and you have been behaved. Your hostility towards this woman, it shows clearly that there is something that did not go well. And it's something that was emotional. Something that had to do with love. Or maybe you send your proposal and it did not go through the way, and you don't get the response that you expected, and then you reverse engineered the whole process and started attacking her so that she looks bad. Because Emmanuel Makandiwa, there are pictures that I saw of you at Blessing Mashangwa's event. This happened some time ago. This is the first time, Emmanuel Makandiwa, you have shown yourself at an event of any one of your members. This makes us question your relationship. Because Makandiwa, you don't show up at anyone's event. Anyone hosts an event, you don't show up. You have never showed up to anyone's event. But for Blessing, you were always there. Right behind the back. Full support. Was this a guy trying to impress the lady? But Blessing was married, my guy. Oh, probably you also had something that was going on. I don't know. But Blessing denied being in a relationship with you. But there's so much, man. If any one of you have a picture of Makandiwa at anyone's event, please post it below and I'll delete this video. It's not only that, Makandiwa. When Blessing Mashangwa's father was ill at the Avenues Clinic, you used to go there occasionally. All the time, you would be there. Showing your support to the family. To the family or to Blessing. Obviously to Blessing. You don't care about the family. Makandiwa, in your entire history of ministry, you have never visited a patient. You have never visited a single sick individual in your congregation. A member, be it a pastor, whoever, you don't visit anyone to the hospital. But for Blessing's father, you were going there on a daily basis. Not only that, Makandiwa, you don't even show up at funerals. So what made Blessing so special? Your pastor, Pastor Temple, died. The very closest man to your heart, we thought. The very closest man that you used to walk around with, that you used to endorse. The one man that stood with you through thick and thin, he passed away. You did not even show up at his funeral. Instead, you sent Kufa and your wife to go and represent you. What makes Blessing's father so special if you can't show up to your closest pastor? Keta passed away. Pastor Keta, did you show up to his funeral? You didn't. Joyce Simeti passed away. Did you show up to her funeral? You didn't. But she was the leader of your praise and worship. You were very close like that. You didn't. What made Blessing's father so special that you would visit her on a daily basis? You were just trying to impress Blessing. You wanted this woman. You wanted this woman, Emmanuel Makandiwa. Not only that, there's a time Blessing Mashangwa was arrested when this guy called Blood Diva. Is it Blood Diva? Yeah, most of you know Blood Diva. When she cleared a car that Blessing had bought at the custom in a wrong way, and Blessing was caught with the car and she was arrested. Guess who showed up? It's Makandiwa himself and Zomba. They traveled all the way to the police station when Blessing was about to be taken to serious fraud and in holding cells somewhere in Plumtree. Makandiwa drove to go and rescue Blessing Mashangwa, to go and assist Blessing Mashangwa. What was this all about? No, I'm just raising the red flag so that you guys think. What was so special about Blessing Mashangwa? So many people have been in trouble. Your uncle, your own uncle is in prison right now. But he has been stuck there. You're not doing anything about it. What makes Blessing Mashangwa so special? You loved this woman, Makandiwa. You had intentions. You had intentions. You're trying to please her so that you can have her. And I heard you wrote a letter to her as well. And you sent Zomba with it. In that letter, you were declaring your affection and you're promising her the world that I'll do anything for you. I'll do anything for you. You even sent her to Magaya to go and frame Magaya. I still have more to come, man. I don't wanna preempt everything. But I'm just trying to establish the relationship that Emmanuel Makandiwa had with this woman. Before we get to the point why she was ending up fighting her, suing her, and disgracing her, planting cameras in her house, and etc., etc. We're just digging deeper to find out, is Emmanuel Makandiwa doing these things of sleeping with women, and does he really have a second wife? So these are all the things we have to be looking at for us to know the truth. There is no proof of Emmanuel Makandiwa with a selfie with this woman or with Blessing, but we just have to look at the events. We have to connect the dots looking backwards at the events that happened. We take event A and event B, we put them together, and then we can come up with a bit of a conclusion. So here what I'm asking you to do is to try to put the pieces together and understand the bone of contention between Emmanuel Makandiwa. Was it just financial, or it was something that was deeper than that? Because the hostility Makandiwa showed this woman, I know men who behave like that. Men who have been denied love. Men who have been denied the cookie. They behave like that. I know insecure men that behave like that. And the way Makandiwa has been fighting this woman, I believe you me, it's somewhere, somehow connected. I'll connect the dots, don't worry. So Makandiwa, stop fighting and trying to expose other men of God using this card of promiscuity when you're also guilty of it. There's nothing wrong with judging. Judging is permitted even in the Bible. But when you make a judgment, just make sure that you're not as guilty as well as the judgment that you're passing towards the other person. So that you can only remain the one that is holy, the one that is known to be holy, so that you can portray yourself and your image to the public as the holy one. The rest are dirty. But are you? Are you, Makandiwa? Let's dig deeper and pull the trigger. I'll catch you in the next episode. It's your boy, Prof X. Adios, I'm out.